Give me a second, you guys. All right, Fitzgerald will be coming on shortly. I had to go live now, or it would cancel out the Facebook feed. So everyone, thank you so much for joining. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Let's see here. A couple announcements. Announcement number one: we got tours coming up. We have tours coming up. March 20th to the 26th, we will be in Nigeria. If you still want to roll, let me know. August 13th through the 19th, we are in Nigeria again, August 13th through the 19th. If you want to roll, let me know. Then December 4th through the 12th, Dynasty Mirror Blacksit collab. We are in Sierra Leone. So if you want to roll, let me know. Go to dynastymirror.com. Go to dynastymirror.com and join us. Also, too, guys, couple other things. If you guys are into, hold on one second. Let me just pull this up real quick. If you guys are into art, Fitzgerald, thank you. We're live, Fitzgerald. We're live. I'm sorry, I had to go live because we're on the Facebook side. You have a certain amount of time before they cancel the stream. So I'm just doing a couple announcements real quick.
Okay, all right.
Fitzgerald. So guys, also too, if you guys are into, let me share the screen real quick. Share screen. Give me 1 second. Chrome tab. Here we go. Bam. All right. So if you guys are into prints, African art, guys, my photos are available for purchase on africapersonified.africa. Again, africapersonified.africa. If you guys want to purchase, you're into purchasing photos, putting them up around your house, original prints of mine, they are available. So go ahead and go to the site, go support, buy buy a photo. Yeah, different sizes. Here we go. Let's go to it. Go on and play with it. So yeah, you are able to I'm sorry, click on shop. There you go. So here's the store. Click on shop. I have a few photos up. More will be added. And if you guys see something that you want, go ahead and let me know. So like the Dogon. Here's the different sizes you can buy. Himba, the different sizes you can buy. So, another way you can support. Also, as well, my bookstore. If you search Dynasty Amir on Amazon, Dynasty Amir on Amazon. Okay. Dynasty Amir on Amazon. My store pops up with my books, my children's books. They're available in electronic format. Again, guys, you do not have to download Kindle in order to view the books. They are available in electronic format. They will be available shortly in print as well. I'm working on that as we speak. So here are my children's books, Dynasty Mirror on Amazon. If you just go to Amazon, search Dynasty Mirror, all my books will come up. So this is my first book I ever wrote. Sales Motivation 101. Get off your ass and cold call.
You like that?
Yeah, it's coming out in print shortly. So yeah, guys, there you go. Just wanted to share that with you all. But we have brother Fitzgerald Stephens on with us. Again, we have brother Fitzgerald Stephens on with us. Brother Fitzgerald, thank you so much for joining us this Friday night.
Well, I
Prime
think
time. Prime time.
good evening to you too. I mean, we don't do evening broadcasts, but probably got to start doing that to see what the response rate we get from them. But
Right.
hello, how you doing, Prince? And hello, everyone. I hope everybody's doing great. We had a major cold streak down there today, man. Don't laugh.
Oh God, what was it? I'm
Man,
61.
it was 52. It was 52 degrees again. I was in the winter coat.
Just,
You know what the winter? Man, no, it was really cold down here.
You suffer.
It was really cold down here. You know what? Had to take a very hot shower just to warm up. You know?
Yeah. So tonight's topic is getting rid of this, and I've done this subject. We touched on this subject before. Getting rid of this broke equals woke mentality, and it is really plaguing the Black community. It's just this idea that if you make it for some reason, you're not real. This idea that everything has to be free and you can't monetize anything.
Okay. Now I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay. Because
we talked about this briefly, just dealing with like Malcolm X, John Henry Clark, Dr. Ben, like for example, Dr. Ben. So all these people so-called love Dr. Ben, and they will recite his quotes, but when he passed away, from my understanding, like the people who were bragging about him the most barely put up any money for his funeral. Now I'm a big believer in life insurance, but a guy like Dr. Ben, who makes the type of impact that he did on the lives of people, it shouldn't be an issue with burying a man like that. But at the same time, a guy like Dr. Ben, John Henry Clark, Malcolm X, they should have been wealthy anyway, just the amount of work they put in. But again, we just have this mentality that woke equals broke. So what are your thoughts? So you have many more years on me, Fitzgerald. So I know you probably witnessed this before in your lifetime.
I mean, I heard of it. I mean, I don't participate in it. I'm a different kind of cat, man. My thing is, I ain't caring what the fad is. I ain't caring what other people are doing. Black, white, Asian, whatever. I know what I need to do to get my house and my structure in order. I've always ran my life like it was a business. It's always about me making moves to advance me and my family. Started with me first, because I knew I wanted to add the family on one day. I was just thinking like this, man, since I was an early teenager. So when it comes like what the crowd doing and what they ain't doing and what we as a people ain't doing, man, I don't prescribe to that. I deal with people individually and stuff. I see instances. I've lived long enough, man, to see all cultures and all creeds, from Muslims to Caucasians to Indians to Asanaki Jewish to the Black. Man, I've seen people. It's the mentality. It's not the color. It's the mentality. No one is responsible. No one is responsible for your success except you. So when you this looping everybody in all one pot, like this, like what is that? Well, Black men don't take care of their children, or
right.
Black women, they hard to get along with, white men, they got all the money. All these stereotypes, it just don't fit. It just doesn't. You're responsible for your moves. You got to make moves on an individual basis, and you got to find like-minded people who want to make those moves with you. And that's how I look. Now, I'm going to say something that's maybe it'd be a little controversial, but I think the audience knows the type of man I am and personality I have. With Malcolm or Marcus Garvey, or Muhammad Ali, or whoever you are, that was their responsibility to share their family. That was their moves to make.
Right.
That wasn't anybody. That wasn't anybody's community. That was their family. That was their choice to make, or their choice not to make. You know, I mean, I firmly believe nothing is more important, than the institution of your own personal family.
Right.
And so that's up to you to protect. You know, especially as a man, head of household, or that's up to you to provide for your family. That's up to you to make the moves. You with your spouse, or you with your business partners, or whoever you're doing. That's up to you. Nobody don't owe you a living.
Right.
So I mean, if that's the case, then let's look at what you're doing, and which is a prime example of doing it the right way. Okay, you have Karatbars. You're an author. You're a tour guide facilitator. You did modeling. You had all these streams. You did insurance. You had all these streams now, and you reach out to your community, a global community around the world. Question: is that global community's job to take care of you, to make sure your heritage goes on, or yours?
Mine.
Who's laying that foundation? You or them?
Me.
Okay. Now, if your son doesn't have anything, your descendants don't have anything, is it the audience because they didn't support you, or you didn't plan for it?
I didn't plan for it. Okay. I see what you're going for, sure.
Once you get that, see, this blame people, and I'm not saying you are, Prince, but this thinking, man, I listen to so many streams. I look at a lot of these streams come through in the previous broadcasts. I've been in here, previous videos I do. That's what's wrong with the black man now. That's what's wrong with the white woman now. That's what's wrong with the black woman now. That's what all these stupid generalities. Mm-hmm. That's nice. You may sound like you got something to say, but really you're just like a empty barrel rolling down a hill. You're making a lot of noise, but you ain't producing nothing.
Right.
It's up to an individual, to assure for their responsibility. We are our choices. We are our choices. Man, I would love the luxury of being to blame, my dad because he didn't get those comic books when I was 8 years old because I turned out and maybe failed. And you see how silly that sounds?
Right.
So if we really want to change the thinking, and I certainly do. What I'm trying to do is change the narrative. I'm trying to get, hey, you are responsible.
Right.
You went to that bad divorce. Okay. There was two people in it. You have a part. You went to that business failure. You made the choices. Whether to get into business with the person, not to get in business. I did that. You missed that great opportunity. Okay, you was the one that procrastinated. You wound up losing your home. Well, maybe you bought more home than you could afford. So you lost the love of your life. Well, maybe you should have treated him and her better. Okay, your children don't really talk to you. Well, maybe you should have imparted and interacted more in their lives.
Right.
So it's you're responsible. When we stand before, when we go in that, we came into this world alone, and we're going to leave alone. And we stand before the Most High alone. Nobody, we don't have the luxury of blaming anybody else. So you know what? It's impossible to succeed if you don't have that. Right. So with this attitude, and I'm quite sure, man, maybe some streams will come up and somebody say, well, this man speaking, or this African American, or whatever. I don't hear you. Literally, I'm so focused on where I'm trying to go. I don't hear you. I am trying to become rich,
right,
wealthy, time freedom, mental freedom, physical freedom, life freedom. I am in pursuit of that goal. So who ain't getting in and who talking about me and who ain't start around in there, it doesn't concern me. The people that attract me, be you male, female, Muslim, Jew, Gentile, black, white, I don't care, is the like-mindedness. People who have similar interests and same goals where I'm trying to go. Right. The Dynasty Amirs of the world. Talking to a man like you, man, just absolutely refreshes me, because the Bible says iron sharpens iron. Right. And then talking to a man who challenged me, who facilitate ideas and stuff. So we got to get an understanding. Let's get an understanding. You're responsible for your life. You are responsible for your life. Once you stop the blame game, once you start the explanation games, how they keeping us down, she keeping me down, he keeping me down, they won't let me come up. And no, the they don't exist. It's you. Now, I'm not so naive that I don't say that there's policies in place, for the detriment of another group of people, systems in the place. I'm not saying, I live it. I'm part of it. But I'm not a part of it because I chose to say, like, you know what? As long as I got my freedom, I can create. As long as I create something, I can build any type of life that I want, that I imagine. My goal, literally, Dynas, is not to be dependent on anyone's system but mine.
Right.
Literally, where I can have my own choices, where I can have my own thing, and my own decisions as a man. And for those who I love, they can have the similar choices. I hang around three men like that. Both of my youngest brothers, my best friend, James Carl Zygmunt up in Connecticut. We've been friends for since met at 18 to 19 years old. French, Indian, Polish gentleman. But he's my brother. Dynas Amir. All of us are reaching, all of us are celebrating to get to somewhere. So maybe I'm going to take it a little way. Maybe I'm going to take it a little different way than what we're doing right here. But I stand by what I said. Each and every one who are in the sound of my voice, until you get the idea that I'm responsible, I made the decisions that got me here, or I made the decisions that choose to keep me here, you're never going to go anywhere. You're not going to build anything. And even if you're lucky, even if you stumble across success, which some people do, you won't have the mental fortitude to keep it. Was I a little bit too harsh with everybody?
No, of course not. People need to have hard adult conversations.
People really need to start telling people the truth, man. People need to, start telling, hey, listen, love and respect you, great, want you to prosper. But you know what? Until you get the idea that you are the throttle on your engine, you are the brakes on your own life, that until you can say, like, hey, I did wrong. I did wrong, type of things. There was some part I played into it. Let me correct my part. I'm not talking about the other first part. Let me make better decisions. Maybe I should have got that degree. Maybe I shouldn't have went to school. Maybe I should have started that business. I saw this lady going sideways a long time ago. Maybe I should have got earlier. I saw this guy, he's flaky a long time. Maybe I shouldn't have been involved with it. I saw this business partner was a little shady, right? Maybe I shouldn't have did that. I didn't know enough about that business to prosper in it. I should have started saving gold or building a networking business way before I had to need it. So that's my fault, and this is going to be kind of enlighten the people. But, for those out there who want to sit up there and say, well, the man trying to keep us down, keep writing nice Facebook posts, keep getting sympathy, keep sounding like you woke, keep sounding like you woke, keep convincing yourself of the noise. But what are you producing? What are you producing? The producers are who get rewarded, not the talkers.
Right.
This world pays for production. Not conversation, production. And you have to understand that. And you have to be surgical in your choices. You got to have courage. You got to have.
I got to write that down.
You got to get out there and be able to get out there when no one else is following. You got to be at a point where no one else is going up that hill but you. And and you can't be afraid of success. You can't apologize for it. If you believe in something, you got to put your feet to show you do. Or do you want to get into pity and things like that and talk about woe is me and how bad it is and how she did me wrong or how he did me wrong, like some country western song? Okay, well good luck with that. And another thing I want you guys to understand, and everything I tell you guys, everything I say, and I lived it. You understand why you wonder why I'm so passionate. And I get these comments from your audience all the time, Dynas. Man, Fitzgerald Street's so real. It is real because it's really how I was. I transformed into the man you seeing now. Because of the fact of the matter is, Dynas, I simply got tired of losing.
Right.
And once I figured that, like, hey, I ain't in nobody's jail cell. I ain't in nobody's hospital bed. This boss did me wrong. I allowed it. I took the job, or I paid. I did that. I allowed it. Or this relationship broke up. Hell, I should have been involved in it in the first place. This business deal didn't work out. I had no business being in that business. I didn't know it. So when I came to the conclusion, hey, Lord, you know what? I missed it. It's nobody's fault but me, mine. Give me the wisdom, how to go forth and repair this and make my life better from this going forth. And that's how I'm winning. Literally how I'm winning. It just frees you, because now your mind's not in a whole bunch of fuddle that you blaming yourself and you're pitying yourself, and you really want someone to feel sorry for yourself, and you want someone to hear your story, how you got wrong and everything. That's not production. The world rewards producers. Those who can solve problems, those who can get results, are the ones who live a marvelous life. Those who don't work for the ones who can get results. No, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. No, change your life by changing your life. You're the sum total of your decisions that you have made. Your decisions that you have made so far have gotten you right where you are now. Understand that. It ain't because you're a black man, you're a white man, you're a black woman, you're an Asian woman. It ain't because of anything. You are responsible for the results in your life now. Now, not unless you're like a little 5-year-old child, Matt Samir, I can't blame him.
Yeah.
I can't blame him on big thing, but then again, I can't blame it. If his father telling something, saying like that. But once he starts getting up, the worst thing you can do as a parent is tell your child, is to cover up for your child. Let them fail, but let them take responsibility for it. And absolutely don't tolerate lying out of them, and certainly don't tolerate it out yourself.
Let's just go straight into Karatbars. We had a question in the chat room, guys. Well, before we go into Karatbars, affiliate link is in the chat room. Click on the affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. Link is on the screen. Link is in the description. I will call you personally once you sign up, and then I will get you in contact with Fitzgerald, and we will get you up and running. Someone was asking, can you invest? Can you start with $6 in Karatbars?
Yeah. I mean, you want to know, Diane, I can look at your face and I'm like, well, I didn't know you could do that. Yeah, of course you can. You can open up your free account and buy $6 worth of cash gold if you want. Karatbars has something for everyone, and why do we get on there talking about Karatbars so much? Why? Because you remember now all the stuff I said prior to then, to be able to change the trajectory of your life. I made a choice to open up my business, and I use Karatbars as the vehicle to do it. I made a choice to improve my life and improve the lives of the ones.
I'm sorry. Fafu, can you remove Joke of Africa, please? Can you please remove him? All right, go ahead, Fitzgerald.
And so all I did was just took a choice. I was seeing that, I have to do something. If I'm going to, please write this one down and you can quote me on this. This is for everyone listening the world over. Power is in ownership. Power is in ownership. I've been saying that for years. If you don't have ownership, you don't have any power. You are subject to power. Power is in ownership. I wanted control of my life. Karatbars was a vehicle that's given me that control over my life. What do you mean control over my life, Fitzgerald? Are you saying what type of control? Financial control, time control. Because I knew once I got the finances out the way, a huge part of the other type of bondages would break. What I did with Karatbars, I've been doing it for 6 years. I just started paying myself first. I just started accumulating assets, gold, just small increments, just a little bit at a time. No big deal. When I started that thing back around about almost 6 years ago, gold was trading somewhere along the line of maybe about 1,300 an ounce. It's fast forward a little bit in the future. Right now, today it's trading over 1,600 an ounce. Mm-hmm. So just me collecting gold, I've increased my wealth way over a bank account and CD. You know, I started collecting cryptocurrency, just a little bit at a time, you know, and pretty soon, you know, I got a pretty good chunk of that. I'm waiting to appreciate. That's another income producing asset. I started telling people, I called my friend Dynas. I said, Dynas, I got something, man, we really need to be a part of. I
did it off the strength of our brotherhood.
And I did it off the strength of brotherhood because we're here because of Michael Delco. Michael made that call to me and I made that call to you. You know, it just like that now. And then I started understanding I had to duplicate my time, because what I mean by duplicating time, and this is very, very important. You only have so much energy you can use for the day. You only have so much work you can produce. And as you get older, I don't want to say you slow down. I'm not going to speak that over anyone's life. Just say as you get older, you're not going to want to do certain things that you did anymore. You're going to want to do something with your time instead of being at a job. You're going to do like yesterday, like I want to do, just go down to Clearwater Beach. You're just going to want to just, you know, do something like that. You're going to want to spend your time like you want. So how do you do that? You got to incorporate the efforts of others. What do I mean by incorporate the efforts of others? You get other people and work with other people to help build your wealth. That's why you see guys at the country club 10 o'clock in the afternoon playing golf.
In the morning playing golf.
Know, that's why because they're incorporating the work efforts of others. That's why, you know, you could go to vacation spots, and Dynas has traveled extensively out in Africa. He could tell you, man, he see people from all over the world. They sit at those nice resorts having a great time day and night, you know, because somebody else is back there working, you know, to make their life, to make that possible for them and their family. And so I wanted that. You know, I had a co-worker, Mr. David Carter, is an elderly gentleman about close to my father's age now. He's teaching me something with the sales game about, you know, this is before I met you, Dynas, back in around the early 2000, man. And he told me, you know, and every year, the man we work for, you know, Anthony Sotillo used to own a company called Bavarian Body Works in Atlanta. You know, a great driven guy, you know, just build everything.
Is that on Northside Drive?
No, that's on Brady Avenue. It's off Northside Drive.
Okay.
You know, it's not there anymore. They tore it down to make some new renovation for buildings. That Brady Avenue is a whole nother different animal was when you and I were there.
Right.
You know, it just Howell Mill Road, all that's different. Right. But he so Tony would take him and his wife. They would just go down to Florida, and they wouldn't ask nobody. They'll just go ahead and disappear. And you know, he'll come back fit and tan and refreshed. And Dave Carter said something to me, Dynas, that bears repeating to everyone. He said, that's how they keep themselves fresh, Fitzgerald. They go take these time breaks. That's how they keep themselves fresh and sharp. Meanwhile, I'm up there, God, I need a vacation. I'm sweating, but you know, he's enjoying life. You know, and him and his daughter, they're enjoying life because he put a system in place. And so I wanted to put something in place. I wanted to put something that I necessarily didn't have to work. For example, I was sitting at my job right now, and earlier today, and you know, and then one stroke of a pen, you know, one stroke, I had made more of my Karatbar business than I made in basically 2 weeks of working, and it took the Karatbar business to do it in about 15 minutes. Nice. 2 weeks of working, I made in 15 minutes. I looked at my app, you know, something okay. The euros was deposit. I knew check this out, guys and ladies and gentlemen. I knew if I had made money, I knew my partner Dynas made money. I did. I made some money. You know what happened? So I called him and I said these words to him: check your back office. And he said, Fitzgerald, I've been waiting for you to say those words. Because, you know, when he knows when I say those words to him, you know, that means he got a payout. You know, and you know, he's getting money because of the efforts of someone else up in New York that he didn't even know, that I had to tell him who this affiliate is, that he didn't know because I put Dynas in before this person came in. You know, Dynas has a very, very sizable team right now. And just because he just happened to put himself in position and said yes to me a couple of years ago, you know, he made money today and didn't even know it. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying, the duplication effort. And then we also, you know, like, hey, let's just go ahead and build up a great business, and let's leave it to our family.
Right.
Let's leave. I'm not talking about a life insurance. That's great too. But let's leave something to our family that keeps building wealth and generating wealth and generating wealth and generating wealth. Okay, well, I don't plan on dying tonight, by grace of God. But let's just say if I live a long time, which I claim I'm going to do. Well, I want to have tax breaks. I want to be able to save money in my taxes. I want to be able to write off certain stuff because if you save on taxes, you already give yourself an increase. Well, this business allows me to do that. Okay, so I want to create a great cash strongholds so I can invest in real estate or other entities or hotels or things like that. Well, I got an income that that's growing and growing and growing, and one day I'm easily going to be able to do that. You know what? And you can too. There's no difference than what Dynas and I are doing and what you're doing. All you do is just sit around there, click on that link right there, register your free account. Takes about 7 minutes to register your account. Okay, and then you fill out the form, on your computer, on your smartphone, and then it's going to say you successfully registered with Karatbars. You go ahead and go onto your email, verify your account. Okay, you're going to get a call from Dynas, and then he's going to turn you over to me for me to help you train you. Now, let me tell you what you did. We just did that. Now, see, this is going to be probably one of your biggest problems when you become a part of this business. It's free. It's free. You didn't have to work. All you had to do is take action and fill out a form. Instantly, you are in 176 countries that you can do business with. You start gathering gold for yourself. Now, are you buying gold? No, you're not buying gold. You're taking some of your money, your salary, and you're diverting it into gold. So for that person said for $6, yeah, you can buy $6 worth of cash gold. That person who wants to buy $6,000 worth of gold, yeah, you can buy it. Now, why am I getting in gold? Are you guys seeing what gold is doing now? Gold is a tier 1 asset. As you grab gold, it makes your wealth go up. If your wealth is going up, you're increasing. Your household wealth is going up.
Right.
Going up. Number 2, you're just saving, and then you finally decided tell someone else. You build a network. Guess what? They decide they're gonna save in gold, and you can get a percentage of their holdings too. You want to really build. You really want to turn on the income streams. Get your VIP package like Dynas and I,
yeah,
or one of several business packages. That's how we was able to do what we did today. And then you want to say do even more. Start collecting the KBC coin. It's still an incredible steal. You know what? It gold back. It's start putting mechanisms in place and talking to people. Dynas and I just talk to, man. Dynas is close to 400 people with sponsors group. 400. That's some of the best in the whole world of Karatbars. I only had 22, but yet I got a thriving business of over 10,000 affiliates. So where did the other ones come from? People, several countries around the world, as they start building their household wealth, then me helping them doing that, Dynas helping them do that. We get a chance to get a percentage of that. It's just really a win-win situation. It really is. I mean, what do you got to lose? Make no doubt about it. You're going to have multiple streams of income. This is not something that's cool. This is not something that you ought to think about. You got to create a multiple stream of income. Just like it sounds, you got to have that something income that's not dependent on you and you alone just to earn it. Or you are in a very, very precarious situation if you don't. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Dynas, I like using Walmart, for example,
right?
Because they're like one of the biggest. I don't want to say culprit. They're just making business decisions. Go into Walmart. Try finding me. If you notice that the cashiers, the human being cashiers, they're going down. What's happening is the cashless checkers are going up. In other words, automation.
Listen, same thing at Kroger. I noticed that at Kroger. Like you said, Walmart. But where else have I been? But really, well, Kroger, the same thing.
You know, here's one. Here's one we hear. I don't think a lot of people catch this. A lot of people ain't catching this. They're saying, well, they're talking about driverless cars. Sounds good, don't it? I wouldn't trust it. You know, but I'm gonna drive my own car. But they're also talking about putting in driverless trucks. Now, here's why that's significant. If you shut down the trucking situation in this country, the country is shut down. All the freight practically moves by truck. Right. My father was a truck driver, and I have several relatives, and I have a first cousin who actually owns a trucking company. I know what I'm talking about with this. But let's just say it. But you got to play those human beings. You gotta pay benefits to them. You got to do that, and they got to have certain amount of rest periods required by federal law. What if I had a fleet of trucks that drive themselves and deliver the good? So I don't have to pay the driver. That truck can literally go around the clock. You know, I'm saving on time, amount of time I can deliver it. You know, I'm saving on all kinds of things. Okay, so if someone else is do that. What about robotics? You know, in the medical field or the technology field, a lot of these robotics are actually putting these semiconductors together. You know, they're dealing with a lot of the work. In other words, they're replacing humans. And so every time that happens, guess what? Someone just lost the job. Right. You know, progress is great. Yeah, I'm all for progress, but I'm also all for looking at where things are going and making sure I'm in position where I can profit from it instead of being destroyed by it. Now, the coal jobs aren't coming back. You know, burning whale oil in a lamp, it's not coming back. Right. Those certain jobs and industries, they're gone. They're not coming back. They're being replaced. You know, so therefore, therefore, the people who used to be dependent upon their industry, and the industry that used to be dependent upon those industries, say like the cafes and the subletting companies and all the other things, that's taking a major hit. What's happening right now is the technological field. Okay, what's happening right now is cryptocurrency will replace cash. This is fact. Cryptocurrency will replace cash. E-wallets will practically put a major dent in banks. Why would people have them? Fitzgerald, that's kind of far-fetched. You guys, when I was growing up, at my age, we used to have drive-in theaters. You know, had little speakers we could listen to. Pretty neat. Okay, all of a sudden they built the home theaters. The movie theaters. And they built that in. My first movie when I saw that was Close Encounter of the Third Kind. I was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, back when I was in the 7th grade. Now they're going for now they start seeing the movie theaters. Then along comes a little company called Blockbuster Video, you know, and Movie Gallery. Right. Two companies, you know, you had this renting service and VHS or DVDs, you know, back in the day. So those were coming. They had a dynamite program, you know, nice little stores, almost gave you like the movie type experience. You can't find one. You know why you can't find one? Because some guy named Reed Hastings up in from Stanford University invented a little company that you may have heard of, Netflix.
Hey, Fitzgerald, let me stop you right there. You know, Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix and they turned it down.
Oh yeah, just like Yahoo had an opportunity to buy Google. Just like IBM had an opportunity to buy Microsoft. You know, see, you got to see where things are going. You can't have that adage about where where this is how it's always done. That's gonna keep you broke and in despair. You know, and that's gonna really keep you in a impoverished mind frame. You got to see where things are going. Right. So Netflix comes along, you can't find the Blockbuster. That went the way of the payphone. You know, you can't find that. And so what are we seeing right now? It used to be where you had the gold standard.
Fitzgerald, in Sacramento, there was Blockbuster and there was another one called Hollywood Movies, I think it was called.
Yeah, Movie Gallery, I believe.
I used to love basically you would go in, they'll give you free popcorn with a purchase of a movie. It was 2 stories, just all the movies you wanted. It's now a Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah. Okay, Sherwin-Williams, Woolworth. Sears Roebuck,
Mm-hmm.
Kmart. These were, Dynas, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Eastern Airlines. They were a giant. They were a giant.
No, Delta bottom out.
Well, they were well set. What am I saying? Things change. The money game is changing. This is what we're in. This is what Karatbars are in. This is what Dynas Amir and I are in. We are in the money game. Okay, not necessarily day trading, not necessarily doing like stocks and bonds. No. The accumulation of gold, hard assets, and gold-backed cryptocurrency.
Right.
Cryptocurrency will dominate the market. No doubt about it. They're going to start using that for so many merchants and services and stuff. It's controlled by Ether wallet that I can put on my phone through biometrics. I can exchange services all over the world. I can change cash. You see what in this country, as long as I have to send money to Dynas for my account, there's a middleman. If I send Dynas $9,999.99, I'm fine.
$10,000.
It flags.
Fitzgerald, I'm gonna take it a step further.
Please.
If you go into the bank and you withdraw $2,500, you got to sign a special form. It's ridiculous.
That's exactly right. I read of a couple of stores where people were getting a police call on just trying to cash their own checks.
Right.
I mean, I read that. I mean, and I seen that story. But what's the thing about cryptocurrency? What's about that? You know what? I could transfer $200,000 and $300,000 to my account. Not that I have that. I could transfer that to Prince Amir, and it's nobody's business but him and mine.
Right.
Other words, there is no middleman. It goes from my wallet to his wallet. His Ether wallet to his wallet. Karatbars is in that system. You guys are familiar with Google Pay, PayPal,
right?
And all these different pay services. Well, Karatbars has a pay system called Karat Pay, and what Karat Pay is like we can pay each other in gold for goods and services. I could transfer, and this is free. I could transfer from my account to his account for services in gold, and he'll take it because gold is money. We also have K Merchant. K Merchant works along the line like the Visa, MasterCard, but much on a superior platform. Imagine someone goes out there and signs up like a dealership free, and they go in to get their K Merchant account. So every Karatbar affiliates and everywhere that's going to be accepted, they come in there, and then you get a percentage of all those transactions coming through. This is where we are. Okay, is that throwing you off a little bit? Let's talk about the telecommunications portion, which is $1 trillion industry within itself. Well, you guys used to. You remember when Stephen Jobs said he was going to come out with a phone and call it the iPhone? I remember. I was like, another cell phone?
Right.
It changed the whole game. He started putting apps. He started revolutionizing, changed the whole game. Karatbars has a phone that works over the blockchain technology. Now,
it's coming soon. People are getting there. The mines will be here soon. I know it's coming soon.
How about for a computer? How about doing that for a computer? How about where no one can practically hack them? How about if it runs over to the blockchain and things like that? Imagine those going through your organization, and then you're getting paid as people get those, and many other goods and services. As far as we're looking at, right now, Karatbars is building its literally own money ecosystem that will be accepted just like the Visas, the American Expresses, everything else like that. All the other structures like that. But cash is going by the byway. Cash is disappearing. Why is it disappearing? Because it's worthless. I mean, it's not backed by anything. It used to be backed by the dollar. People actually talk about getting back on the dollar, the gold standard. Now, I think I heard President Trump, talk about, we need to do that. Is one of the few things he is saying that I actually agree with. But we need to get back to the gold standard. Why? Because your inflation is eating away at the value of your dollar. I promise you guys, and and I say this thing, and each and every one of you guys can know it's absolutely true. And I go in the grocery store sometimes, look like I buy like 3 or 4 bags, and this costing $80. And and I pay it, but it hit me after I pay it. I'm like, how did I thought $3 here and $10 there. How the heck I just paid them 80 something dollars? I only went in there to pay like 50 or 40. And I thought, but I pay it because it was my decision to get it. But houses is going up. College education is like going through the roof. As far as like that. When I went to Alabama, I got my degree and I had $14,000 in student loans for all my college time. $14,000. Okay. When I was in state at Alabama for a semester back in 1985, it was $1,238, I believe, for an in-state student. Alabama's my home state, so I was in state. For someone out of state, like my best friend Jim Zigmont, he's from Connecticut. It cost him something like $3,000. You can't touch Alabama now for somewhere like 18, 19,000 a year. Wow. Places like Stanford, Morehouse, Spelman, all these Harvard, Yale, college educations get to be prohibited for people. It keeps going up. Housing keeps going up. Gasoline taxes keeps going up. Property taxes keeps going up. Food, water, utilities, all these things keep going up. But let me ask you something. Has your salary went up with it?
Nope.
No. Has your salary went up with it? And this is what we're talking about. If your salary is not going up with these to keep up with your cost of living, you need to create another salary.
Right.
You need to create. That's what we're talking about. And this is what Karatbars will allow you to do. This is why we talk about it. And Dynas and I, we're living this. I mean, we're living this. I mean, I can't tell you guys the feeling and the liberation of feelings that when you made money, and you don't even know it, man. I was watering plants when that happened. Mm-hmm. I don't know what Dynas was doing, but I called him. I know he didn't know. So he said, "Okay, I gotta go check." He said, "Man, I've been waiting for you to say this." Work that we put in years ago. That person who was responsible for that payout for us, up in the northeast part of the country, she had got in years ago. But Dynas beat her to it.
Right.
Dynas beat her to it. I made a phone call to him before I made to her years ago. So in essence, what I'm saying, we're reaping stuff that was done years ago. That's just one. That's just one person around there. So I say to you guys, do something. Do something. I mean, noise. If I'm talking noise is a bunch of Charlie Brown talk. Wah, wah, wah. It's not saying anything. I'm saying something of substance for now. You literally can make money from home using your cell phone and your computer. You know what? This right here is called a smartphone. I think I paid installment plan and maybe $800 or $1,000 for it. It's smart to me because I've made money with this thing. If you got one of these phones and you ain't making you money, it's not a smartphone for you. It's a dumb phone for you. You need to go ahead and get it. You need to go ahead and get a regular. Go get you a bunch of quarters and just call someone. Your stuff has to make you money. But I can work from home. Oh, by the way, Dynas can work from his home over in Nigeria, because Karatbars is all over the world, 146 countries, and doing the exact same thing that we're doing right now. So take action, take action on yourself. And, I leave you with a couple things. Number one, like Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you're going to work until you die. You're going to work until you die. If you don't find a way to get you some type of business and some type of power that comes from ownership, your family is going to be destitute. You won't be able to leave them nothing. Okay. And life insurance policies can go very, very quick. Okay. If you don't find a way to create a network, a network a system that pays you, like a McDonald's, a Chick-fil-A, you're going to eventually run out of money. You know, you're going to do that. You got to take action. And if you don't decide after the night that you're responsible for your life, your poverty, your lack, your success, you know, and everything out like this. Sure, people help you, but ultimately you got to make choices to help you win, not excuses. Not excuses. You got to make choices. This is where I'm going to go. Now, how do you make the choices? You got to know where you're going. Okay. It's not enough to say, I want to be wealthy. I want to be rich. What's your number? What's your date? Okay. I want a nice home. Well, I can tell you mine. I would like a nice penthouse right downtown Tampa, right there on the 33rd floor, you know, with 12-foot windows, all black. I don't need curtains. You know, no one can see in there. I want one level, you know, hardwood floors, black marble granite. I want a balcony. I want a smoke room for if everybody had to do something with my cigars. I can do something like that. I want a soundproof entertainment room. I want it to be four bedrooms, but converting one of those into my office. You know, I want black Italian leather in the foyer, complete with a nice zebra rug. You know, that I'm importing from Africa, laying on the floor that I ain't gonna let you walk on. But you gotta take your shoes. I see it. I want the nice lamps, like the spaghetti type lamps that come over and has a nice soft light. Okay, I want nice copper pots, you know, to drape my liquid out of.
I can see it, Fitzgerald. Like I want
to go in again my closet, and I have primary two colors of suits. Hugo Bosses, to be right. Hugo Boss Perielas. You know, blue, black. Blue, black. I have two colors of shoes. Black, mauve. Okay, two belts. Mauve, black. Stacey Adams shoes mixed to floor shine. I go down in the garage. I have an Audi A8 license plate Fitz.
Fitzgerald, we're losing you. Fitzgerald, we're losing you. Come on, Fitz. I was enjoying this. Guys, hit that like button, share, subscribe if you do.
Because that's you see how I can put it in detail. You know, you see how I can do that. I go down in there. I never see the keys because it goes in the parking deck. You know, it comes out. It's coming out. Mr. Stephens, hey, you want to go ahead and do that? I'm wearing nice black Ray-Ban glasses, the aviators with the wings wrap around. When I get ready to go somewhere. When I travel, I never take baggage. I just grab my passport and go somewhere and come back with stuff I want to port. You know, I want to fly first class. You know. First trip I want to take I want to take is either Milan, Italy, or I want to go to Nambia. And I want to just sit down there and I want to go to the beach, preferably by myself, just to absorb it in. I will have it because I can see it. And I can see it in vivid detail. The more you can see something,
I want you to have it.
The more you can see it, you can have it. The more you can see it, you can have it. This isn't mind science. You know, this is what you call calling those things that are not as though they were. But what things? You know, so this is what this vehicle would do for me. What will it do for you? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is this can help you get some of your dreams. Now it's up to you to take care of your health. It's up to you to take care of your mental health. It's up to you to, to create good relationships and get rid of the toxic one. It's up to you to, get a good association. That's up to you. But you know what? But the other things that'll easily come once we work on you. And so guys, it's up for you out there. I see Audrey said Fitz on the license plate. Yeah, Audrey, when I get ready to walk away, I want to retire like it's September 8th. I'll be 56 then. So the license plate don't, I'm sorry. Once I get that coffee Audi A8 with the black interior, and what I'm probably going to do, I'm going to do the 6-speed. Not going to get like the ship. I want to drive a manual transmission. Like when I'm really floating down in there, sport edition. I see it with the nice chrome tailpipes out. So let's just say if I decide I'm going to get it at 58, the license plate to be Florida Fitz 58. or whatever, or whatever. I get it. Now I'm coming down in there. Then next to that, I want to have me a nice Tundra green truck, Tundra TRD Pro. Just came out, the Toyota Tundra trucks sitting in there. That license plate is going to be Gerald. So when they park together, it's Fitzgerald. You get it? Side to side, it's Fitzgerald. So I can't get Fitz on the other. So this is what I'm saying. What do you see? What do you see? This is how the creators create. This is how the creators create. There's a song by Peter Gabriel. It's called Mercy Street. I highly recommend you guys listen to it once you get off the phone. And once we hang up this broadcast. And there's a lyric that says, all of the dreams and all of the cars were once just a dream in somebody's head. All of the dreams, all of the dream and all of the cars, all of the buildings, all of the cars were once just a dream in someone else's head. You already got it. That's what I'm trying to let you guys understand. You already got it. A bumblebee don't have to try to be a bumblebee. He just is. A bird don't have to try to be a bird and fly. They just do. A man and woman don't have to try to create. That's what we are. We create what we see. And and that's what we are. You see yourself failing, that's what you are. You see some other man dominate you, that's what you are. You give your power away to the man or whatever you are, the woman or whatever you want to call them, you're powerless. That's what you are. But if you see yourself soaring, if you see yourself achieving, if you see yourself building a global business that can literally pay you thousands upon thousands of thousands of dollars a week, a month, or whatever number you want. If you see yourself having residual income, if you see yourself walking on the beaches of the world, if you see your family free, if you see your being able to help your elderly parents, you be saying able to build a life, or live in a great home, or travel around the world, you can have it. You can do it. It's no difference that's the only difference between men and women who take action as opposed to those who talk.
Right.
That ass man.
I enjoyed this. This is one of my favorite broadcasts for sure.
No, it's about taking action, little brother. It's always about that, man. That ass. We had a talk, man, and I thank you for helping me. For get back on track, and I know I've helped you get back on track. But you know what happened, man? I started changing my thinking. Mm-hmm. I started changing the way I think. Because the mind is made up of triggers. It's called neurologistic programming. Look it up. I've known about it a long time, but I forgot about it because once you keep getting hit, you forget about the lessons you are. But there are certain triggers you have, and like let's say like if you this is the noise that you get people. Well, all women like this, all men like this. No, you happen to met one. You dang sure ain't dealt with me or Dynas, so we can't put us in the same loop. But what am I saying? You're processing things on your experience. So you think because you had a bad relationship or you stayed in that, you think everyone who reminds you of that person, all of them are bad. If you had a bad business failure, you think all businesses fail. If you had a bad situation, see what you relive these things in your moment. You relive these things. That's why you can hear a certain song and it can take you back to whether good times or bad times or painful times. That's why you can go to a certain place and you can literally feel the emotion. Okay, stay with me here. What if you could turn that success switch on to like, I feel good about making money. I feel good about being in great health. I feel good about winning. I feel good about achieving. What if you could make that success switch go on when you wake up in the morning, like, I'm going to prosper today. Failures don't matter. I didn't fail. I learned. What if you could say my body is right? What if you could see the 6-pack or the 8-pack in your stomach, like Prince Amir got over there? What if you could see yourself riding down the Autobahn and pulling up into your house once you get back? What if you could see yourself being driven on the tarmac going into your private plane to go somewhere? What if you could see yourself, that you got money problems and your money problem is this, man, who in the heck do I give this stuff away now? I got to get rid of some of this money because they're going to tax the heck out of me. Man, who, you know someone I can give this to? Is there a school I can help? Can I start something? See, if you can't do that, you won't have it. You know, you got to associate success with feeling good. And you got to absolutely dismiss negative. You got to get a vision of what you want to see. And, you know, and this is how it's done. And so now you start seeing yourself thinking on the blues and getting depressed. And I'm not saying that there's not legitimate things. I'm not saying that, but you got to change your thinking. You know, the Bible says, whatsoever things are good, whatsoever things be a good report, whatsoever thing is praiseworthy, think on these things. The opposite of that, if you're thinking on bad things and you're thinking on things that's running you down, guess what? You're going to be ran down. That's when the tears are going to come. That's when you're going to feel hopeless. That's when you're going to feel like everyone's better than you. You know, and that's when you're going to feel like, you know, you're nothing and stuff. But you got to believe this before you actually possess it. And then possessing is just a formality. It really, really is. And, you know, and this is what the successful people do. They have a delete button. Other words, that they don't consider themselves failing. They said they learned something from this experience. So they don't consider themselves failing, but they always see themselves falling forward, moving forward, moving to the goal, moving to the goal. I think what I'm going to do right now is, you know, I'm working towards my black belt in my martial art.
Okay.
And what I want to do, I want to buy the black belt. Now, I won't be able to qualify for 3 years, you know, not with the dojo I train, but I want to get the black belt, you know, have my name across it in nice gold letters. Mm-hmm. And I probably want to either take it to the dojo that I train and hang it up there. Master Russo let me do that. And I go in there and study. Now I'm a blue white belt right now, mm-hmm. you know, level 2, you know, and it's about 3 years away. But as I look at that belt, it remind me like, man, when I don't want to come to practice, that's what I want. You know, that's where I'm trying to go. Find something like that. Go on the Rob Report, cut out that house, go on the internet or go in the neighborhoods, get a vision of the house you want. Looking at business leaders, see yourself sitting at their desk.
Yeah.
You know, look at you want a great relationship. Look at people who are doing it. Emulate what they do. You know, look around and then see. Imagine yourself being happy with the family that you want. Imagine looking in the bank account when, you know, when say like mom comes up and says, son, I need something, daughter, I need something. Imagine you just being able just to give it, don't even think nothing about it.
All right.
Imagine you being able to build, you know, build shelters or dig wells or bless people, or see yourself doing it. You know, see yourself walking in that, and that's where you'll have it. Now, imagine you building a global Karatbar business. I will have somewhere on the neighborhood over 1 million affiliates. Mm-hmm. I see it. You know, I see it. I would be doing somewhere close to line, you know, probably $1 million a week. Mm. Well, Fitzgerald, that's a little crazy. Man, that's only $352 million a year. You know, LeBron James doing it. You know, Jeff Bezos doing it. Sean Carter doing it. Why can't I? You know, if I find other business to do, what they got over me? You know, and so you have to see yourself winning. See yourself winning. You know, and this is just a small step. And one of the first things you want to do is get this financial foolishness done with. This money, this being limited by money, you know, because it creates so much stress. Karatbars will get that off of you. And then where you can really, really start breathing the air, and, you know, and smelling fresher and start to live. Ladies and gentlemen, all I do is wake up what's already in you. I'm not a motivational speaker. You know, I'm a man just like a human being, just like y'all. But the thing that probably makes me a little bit more different is my thinking and my belief system, and believing in my God and believing in me. And, you know, and having to achieve success, I must have it. I have to win. You know, I mean, the way my mind is bent, I can't work for no one.
Right.
I try. Even when I'm working for you, my spirit's not there. I'm just going through the motions. you know, and this get out to, I'm just going through the motions. I've been like that since I was a child because I always saw the stars. I see my own. I see people coming in reporting to me instead of the other way around. I see me building jobs instead of asking for someone for it. I see me in a great relationship. I see children at my table. I see, I see progress and progressing. I see being a blessing to people, and so what do you see? What do you want? What do you want? Now for y'all, for those of you guys who want to get the thumbs down, you ain't giving the thumbs down to me. You're giving the thumb down to you. Because you know what? I'm talking truth to you. And the reason why you're going to give a thumb down because it disturbs your laziness. Not that I care about likes or anything else like that. But just listen to what I'm saying. You act on this, it will change your life. It has mine. And the key is to walk in it and act like you already have it before you have it.
It changed mine when I was in Freetown and I paid for my hotel with the Karatbars card.
Yeah, I mean, I
knew it was real.
We talked about, man, building this, and now finally you got to a point where you swiped it and it actually worked. And it's a good thing to walk in what you're gunning for. So, ladies and gentlemen, God created all y'all to be great. You are great. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care how many marriages you've been through. I don't care what so-called failures you think. I don't care who said no to you. I don't care who didn't believe in you in the past. You are great. You are great. And you have just to decide just to use that gift and unwrap that gift that God has placed in you and build something for you. Hey, let me tell you guys something. Making a lot of money is not a sin. Being very successful is not a sin. Wanting good things out of life is not a sin. You don't have to wait till you get to heaven. You can have it here on earth too. That's nothing wrong with that. Wanting to have your hairstyle, ladies, 3 and 4 times a week is not a sin. You deserve it. Gentlemen, wanted to be able to provide for your family and be stress free and do things and create a mastermind group. That's what God put in you.
I knew a cat that got his hair cut like 3 times a week. I thought it was nuts, but I understand now.
Well, what about those cats like LeBron James and Floyd Mayweather who fly their barber in to cut their hair? People they saw it, and so this is what you're talking. Take action. Go ahead and sign up for Go ahead and become a part of this. I mean, we want to take you on this journey. Now, why do you want to be a part of a group like this? Because you get this type of stimulation. It's hard to build wealth alone. It gets discouraging at times. You got to have a support system. Right. You got to have a team atmosphere. That's what Dynas and I are going to provide you. That's what Wealth Builders is going to provide you. The wealth building system created by Ty Best. That's what my sponsor, Michael Delco, is going to help you. You got a team helping you achieve success in this. And you got people holding you accountable and people celebrate you winning. That's why you want to be a part of stuff like this. Because you can run so much alone, but you really won't be able to maintain it much alone. I used to, man, about 25 years ago, I was built like an African god. Still I was real big in bodybuilding. Not bad now, but not nowhere near where I was. But I was strong when I had a good team. And so after a while, the guys couldn't show up or they had to go to class and stuff. So I started teaching myself to lift and work out, and that lasted a couple of years. I don't lift weights anymore, not like I did, because I don't have nobody push me. So I look out there, put my hand outside the door. Man, it's 55 degrees, too cold to go to the gym. Where if I was meeting someone and I had someone accountable, catch what I'm saying? If I had someone accountable, hey, you got to get out here. Then you go. That's why you want to have people keeping you accountable. Is people saying like, yes, I can build this. Yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can talk to you. Yeah, I can win this. But because you working by yourself, man, I don't feel like calling nobody. It's too hard. They probably sleep. The soup ain't ready yet. It's too late. That Netflix movie ain't off yet. And you keep making all these excuses, but what you're really doing is saying no to the life you want to build. You're saying no to the life you say you want to live. But here's what you're doing. You're calling what you don't want to live. You're bringing forward by your inactions and your indecision, your procrastination and hesitation. You're bringing in the life you don't want to live. Running up and down the highway, doing it for someone else all day. Retiring with nothing. Or 40% of your pension that you can't live 100% off of right now. Sitting at the end of the line, talking about, I gave the people the best of my life and why they fired me. That's what you're saying yes to. That's what you're creating by your inaction. Right. You see all this stuff happening to people around you. Firing, people get sick, catastrophic illnesses happening, laid off, underhired, underpaid and all that kind of stuff. Politics. You see all this happening to other people, but you think you straight.
Right. You
think you got a good job. Which is no such thing. Someone say, well, you're going to create something like a network. How about this Karatbars? No, man, I'm cool. And then stuff fall apart. You wish you would have did something. And the final story I want to make. Now, I used to sell insurance, Dynas. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was selling this accident policy, accident and health policy. It wasn't that much money, man, but about $33. But it had if you got certain illnesses, would pay you. You had to not have the illness beforehand all of a sudden. Yeah, and there was this guy, there was this business owner that I went to, up in Buffalo, and I kept going back to him, and he was making the money, had the money. And I would say, hey, dude, let's go ahead and get this, man. You need this. No, man, I'm fine. Or come back and see me again. Come back and see me again. Now, barbershop was a cash business. He could have just paid me right there, but he kept procrastinating, kept procrastinating. You guys are knowing how I'm going with this, and so I went there one day and he called me to the side outside his business, with tears in his eyes. He said, man, can I get that insurance policy right now? They diagnosed me with diabetes. And I said these words to it. Damn it. I tried to tell you. I didn't like, oh man, that's too bad. I'm like, damn it. I tried to tell you. I was angry because I knew that door was closed.
Right.
I knew that door was closed. We had similar people who used to sell life insurance and had clients that, what one client took it, said, well, I just think I'll just stretch to do this. And all of a sudden her husband gets killed by a logging truck. But the agent had to go there and take her the check, and and she was glad she did it because that was between her, the children eating in their house. See, we all are responsible for our decision. Just because something is great one day, don't mean it's going to be like that forever. Just because something is bad one day, don't mean it's not going to be that forever. You got to prepare for the inevitable. You got to prepare, for what if things don't go so well? What if things don't go right? I mean, what are you going to have in place? Karatbars gives you a chance to build something for you and your family. My God, you're doing it for someone else's family. You're getting up and going to work for them, putting on you smell good and looking good, and kissing your children goodbye and kissing your spouse and giving them all that time, and and rightfully so. So you mean to tell me you can't come home at night and work on your own business to put you in a point where you can be free? I mean,
Fitzgerald, you froze up on us.
I don't know what else to say. Mm-hmm. For you and all around here to build something. And so, what I want to leave you guys with this, understand this. Okay. I have with great joy, and I mean, I'm delighted to do this. Absolutely delighted. I have taken all your excuses away. I've blown up your little house of cars and setbacks and excuses. I've blown away because there's a better way now. There's something you can do. Right. So I take it away. Nobody never told me. I take it away. No one was willing to show me how to do it. I'm taking away, man, I didn't have the money. I taken away, man. I couldn't do it. No one believed in me. I took all that away. So now you got to go look at your family. You got to go look at your children. You got to look at them. Hey, the reason why we living in this state right now, reason why we continue, reason why you see me and mom and dad frustrated, and mom or dad being frustrated like this, because I didn't have the courage to get out there and fight for us. Was that too hard for you? Because that's what it is. Or you got to look at yourself in the mirror. The reason why I'm sitting up here frustrated and my head is hurt because I'm under all this stress, because I didn't have the courage to get out there and create something by myself. I believed in working more for someone else than I meant by working for me. I believed in someone else's vision, more than I believed in mine. So I might as well just go ahead and take this aspirin to shut up and go out there and do, because I chose this headache. I chose this. The life I'm living right now, I chose to be frustrated and working under people and going from job to job. I chose it because what I willing was not to do. And guys, I respect each and every one of you. But until I had that conversation with myself, nothing was going to change. No, nothing was going to change. You got to have that conversation about yourself. And after you get done talking, you better start putting actions to what you say you believe in. No, Dinas, thank you for going on the thing, man. Hopefully, we get some people to come in there. You please give them my number. I done gave that enough time. I'll help anybody who want to be helped.
716. Let me. I'm
716
573
6296.
Oh, say it again.
716-573-6296. My email address is fitzgeraldstephens@gmail.com. Now, let me go ahead and put this out there to a couple of people who have called me. Okay. Don't think that I'm slighting you when I don't pick up the call. Sometimes I say, I'm going to, I say, hey, let me call you back. What I want you guys a lot of time when you talk to me, give me a reminder call. Guys, I'm dealing with so many people. I enjoy it. I'm not saying I'm all that, but I'm only one man. That business of about 10,000 affiliates I told you I got. I'm the secretary. I'm the president. I'm the phone answer man. I'm the training man. What else I am down there? I'm the encourager man. I'm the coffee man. I'm the servant. I'm the receptionist. Other words, I'm everything, and I'm just doing all that. So call me back. Hey, Fitzgerald, just getting your reminder, you said you would get back to me, or Fitzgerald, we got to continue this. Please don't take the position, well, I already done called him, but, so if he ain't going to call me, I'm not, don't do that. Don't do that. Just understand, that I'm just trying to work with everyone. And so I say that to say this, for those of you who have felt that way, apologies. That's not my intention, but so please get me back. I'm dealing with all kinds of people, both Dinas and I are doing this. Right. So please just be a little proactive and reach back out to me and just give me a memory jogger and everything else like that. I promise to work with you. And for those who impart and help build wealth in you or your family, thank you. Thank you. You're giving me the bigger blessing. You're giving me the bigger blessing. And they get in there and change their lives and help someone get what they're trying to do and achieve what that's the bigger blessing. So it's not you saying thank you to me. It's me saying thank you to you. Because I can't be successful nor Dinas in this game without helping you. So I just like to thank you guys for that.
Brother Fitzgerald, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. This has been my favorite stream. This has been my favorite stream by far that we've done. Absolutely love it.
Well, thank you, Dinas, man. I really, you go through your mind, and I was praying before I was getting ready for the stream, because you want to reach people. You're like, God, let me say the right words. Let me don't say the wrong words. Let me say something that would touch that one person who maybe lost hope, and let me reach them to say, sir, ma'am, maybe this is answer to prayers. You don't have to quit. There's something that this is it. Let me reach someone. Let me wait that something, because people have been beat down, man. People have been beat down, told by what they can't do and told by what they ain't worth. And, and exploited and used, and so they just want someone to believe in them,
Right.
and someone to give them an opportunity because they know there's more in them. And for those of you who that spark has almost went out your life, my job is to throw gasoline and put it back in the flame. You are great. You can have anything you imagine. You can. Your mind is like the safety valve. Think of your mind as like a faucet. Now you go in the bathroom or you turn the faucet on, the shower on, water comes out, but you got to turn the valve, and all that power is behind it. All that power is behind it. Your mind is that switch. And once you decide to lock your mind on something, once you decide this is where I'm going, and you make a decision, the facts don't count when a winner makes a decision. That's what the late great Dexter Yeager said. The facts don't count when a winner makes a decision, but the facts do count when you're in a point of decision. Negative. That's all that counts. Your choice. God bless you all. Let me hear from you guys, and let's rock and roll, and let's be great together. Dinance and I don't want to be walking on the beach, by ourselves all the time. We want to take other people with us, and stuff like that. So hey, a crowd is good, but there's so much room for everybody. Mm-hmm. There's so much room for everybody. Karatbars doesn't have 1 million affiliates in it yet. And you're talking about a company that has a population. You're talking about a company with a potential over 7 billion people. All you got to be is 18 older. All over the world. The product is gold, free to join. As you collect gold, you build wealth. You can diversify that income in other things. I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface of what you can do. They're going to be people. They're going to be people who have groups of 500,000, and they're going to be considered a small organization.
Right.
They really are. 500,000. You know, 500,000 affiliates. You know how much money you making? I ain't going to tell you to scare you. No, they're going to be people with 7 million, and they're going to be considered like a medium large organization. They're going to be people at 20 million, because once this thing hits hyperspeed and starts taking off, you're going to see incredible growth. I want you guys to pick this up. This book right here is called Wave 3, and you can see it. It said the new era in network marketing. Network marketing is a legitimate powerhouse business structure. Read this book. It'll transform your life about duplication. Wave 3. Just look at it. I've heard about the book years ago. It works. Dinance, thank you, man.
Fitzgerald, thank you so much for joining, guys. Link is in the chat room. Click on my affiliate link. Sign up as an affiliate. I will personally give you a phone call, then get you in contact with Fitzgerald. Link is in the description. It's also on the screen. Thank you for joining. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, family.
Hold on for a second, Dinance. Hold on. I want to answer this. Someone called the one at 9:23 p.m. put a comment in. We got to work on bringing our people together instead of playing the better games. Who got the better colonial master? Wrong. You have no master. You are your master, Mr. The One. If that's the thinking around it there, sir, with all due respect, it's wrong. We got to work on bringing people together. You got to do it organically. You bring your house, you bring yourself together, you bring your family together. You let people, you want to know how you bring people together, really? Let them see your example of being highly successful.
Facts.
Let them see your example of winning. Let them see your example and create. People will come and watch your fire. They would come around because they're going to come to you. And you know how that brings people together? Mr. The One, what are you doing to get this? How did you do this? That's how you bring people together.
Right.
And, colonial master, please. I have no master but God. Master? A master? A man? My master? No. Fitzgerald Stephens is Master Fitzgerald Stephens. No. See, you can't think like that. Because once again, that's that day mentality. As if someone is keeping now. People will come together with you who want to come. Simple as that. Simple as that. Harriet Tubman says she could have set many more slaves free if they knew they was bound. She said, you can't take everybody with you. You can't. But you got to first liberate yourself. And you know, and into this, man, this isn't a throw off on you, ma'am or sir. I don't know your sex and stuff like that. You know, I don't like these names, these code names. You know, put your name up there. You know, my name's Fitzgerald Stephens. I come on the screen. Let us hear your thoughts, because someone might be thinking the same thing you are. You are the master of your life. There is no day. There is no them. It is only you. It is only you. You know why Diane and I are such great friends? You know why we never had a single argument in 14 years? We've had disagreements. We've had disagreements nowhere near what we consider disrespectful. None of that.
Don't get the
we
point.
don't agree with everybody. We don't agree with each other on everything.
Don't get the point.
14 years. We never like, man, go jump off a bridge. You know, man, hey, don't say anything. Dude, I'm going to break something off of you. None of that screaming. We never spoke to each other in a disrespectful way. You know how we clicked the first day we met each other 14 years ago? We are kindred spirits. He's a visionary entrepreneur. I am. We were talking about ideas, how we can create, what we can do, what we can build together, what we needed to do. We wasn't talking about the them. When we first talking about, we was talking about us, man. What can we do?
Right.
People start, then God started adding other people coming on. And lo and behold, here we're sitting around there now. No, I knew the man way before, you know, see, you guys see this great entrepreneur, and he is. And you guys see this incredible prince. He is. And you guys see this incredible global shaker. He is. To me, he's just my friend. I knew him before all of this. And he knew me before all of this. Mm-hmm. I knew him before all this. But here's what I told him. I said, you would be this. And here's what he told me. You would be what you are. That's why we're friends.
Right.
That's why we're friends. That's why we're friends. You know, and that alone. And so we got the love and respect and admiration right there. You know, and that's something, but we help each other build. We help each other build what the other one's trying to build. That's a friend. No, we tell the truth to each other. We don't sit up there and play with each other. Man, if hey, Diane, you're wrong, you're wrong. Fitzgerald, you're wrong, you're wrong. You know, ain't no sugarcoating it with us, because we could talk to each other like that because we're friends. You know, and that's what you want. And that's what you want. So, man, just concentrating on getting yourself, you know, the people, bringing our people together, man, we don't have, man, it's just don't work like that. You got to bring your first self, the first to come together. You got to bring you together, and you bring your family together. And then you're going to have someone say, ma'am, sir, what are you doing? How did you get these results?
Right.
Then you tell them. And then you start building that team and that network. And they're going to say, man, how are you guys doing this? Then you tell them. And pretty soon you got a mighty nation. That's how it's built. Common cause and courage and perseverance. Man, Diane, I need to send myself an offering on this stream.
Okay.
Peace to everyone. Everyone have a phenomenal weekend. Please remember my words. You're a winner. You've always been. You know, but some way you let someone talk you out of it. And unfortunately, that someone was you. Get back in who you are. Dust those dreams off. Dust that greatness off that you got. Dust it off. Look at yourself different. Cry your last tear. Wash your face and comb your hair. You know, and look and act and feel like a winner. See it. Believe it. You already are. No, because I promise you, when you stand before the Most High, He's going to ask you to give an account with the talents you gave it.
Right.
He's going to require that you give him an account with the gift of life and the talents He gave you, and telling Him you hid it or you didn't know it, you were scared. I wouldn't want to say that before Him. Your children are going to ask you. They're going to ask you by looking at it. You know, when they say, "No, Mom, I want a toy." Or Dad, can we go on a vacation? What are you going to keep doing? Don't talk to me about money all the time. Hey, your children are free. They don't know they're bound yet. They don't know their body free. Get free. Free can free others.
Guys, thank you so much for joining. Until next time, Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru, Brother Fitzgerald Stephens. Peace.